Hi, hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the WHS Network on YouTube.com with Lady Raider Volleyball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We have the 1-0 Blue River Lady Vikings taking on your 1-0 Wapahani Lady Raiders. Glad to have you all with us here this evening, folks. I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. And it's going to be a great night of volleyball here. The junior varsity team just took care of business here this evening with a 25-10, 25-18 straight set victory over Blue River. Again, that was in tonight's junior varsity game. So we're getting geared up here for tonight's varsity game. And you know, obviously Blue River getting off to a good start here to the season at 1-0. Wapahani, they last played last Tuesday night when they traveled to Delta to take on the Lady Eagles there in that one. So they're definitely ready to be back out here on the court here this evening. So, folks, we'll go ahead and get right into things here to Raiders Live pregame presented by Muncie Dragway. Like I mentioned, Wapahani 1-0 here on the season. Had a very nice game there against Delta. They won that one in straight sets and really, you know, other than a couple little mistakes as the game went along, especially from a serving standpoint, played a pretty solid game for ourselves, especially being the first time out on the road, playing against a very tough opponent such as Delta. You know, so it's very key for Wapahani to come out here and to start the season the right way, be successful, and have a little momentum. And so, you know, you come back now this week, got another great opportunity. And it's the first conference game of the year, so you never know what can happen throughout the season here. But you know, especially being a home opener, you want to win tonight's ball game. You got to find a way to get the job done, and really as a collective unit, I think everybody has played very well. You know, within that first game, hopefully that then follows and translates into tonight's game as well, and they put a great game plan together, and hopefully they execute it to a T. But we'll see what happens here. But some stats here we did look up here about the Lady Raiders. They had 36 kills in that game the other night, or last week rather, against Delta. 12 kills per set, a .307 hitting percentage. While also tallying 60 digs, 20 digs overall then per set, and 36 assists. 6 total blocks, 7 serving aces, but 11 serving errors. And I wanted to make sure and point that out because that is so crucial in any ball game to make sure to keep the ball in play. You know, keep the ball in play and make the defense and to make your opponent earn every single point. You know, so I think, you know, I'm sure they'll probably want to clean that up a little bit coming into tonight's game. You want to minimize as many errors as possible, but it's going to happen. You know, you're going to have times where, you know, things aren't going to go as well or, you know, maybe just losing your focus a little bit, and you got to regather things back in a little bit. But still, overall, you like what you've seen last week coming to this evening's game. Blue River, I mean, traditionally, I mean, they have always been a very good team. But, you know, this is a whole brand new year. This is a new team. You like the leadership that they're under here with head coach Angie Rodriguez, which obviously, you know, there's a lot of coaching background in the Rodriguez family. Because her husband there is John Rodriguez. Obviously, he's been around for quite a while and pretty well known here with Delaware County Volleyball. But, you know, when you have great minds like that leading a program, you know, such as like Blue River, you know, you're built to succeed, you know, and I'm sure that these ladies are more than eager to come out here and put a great game together here tonight. So, from Wapahani's standpoint, you can't overlook them. You got to be out here ready to play from the get-go, get after it, and hopefully get you a victory and your first conference win of the year as well. So important because we'll be having a busy schedule this week. We have another conference game on Thursday night at Westdale. Should be a good ball game there come Thursday night. We'll make the trip there to Westdale. I don't know if we'll be live or not. Not sure yet. Not sure yet about that, but we'll see what happens. But again, that will be Thursday night at Westdale. And then this coming weekend, a very busy weekend for these ladies, will be the Wapahani Invitational coming up this Saturday morning. I think that is right around a 9 or 10 o'clock start time for the first game, and that's nearly an all-day tournament right out here from Raider Gymnasium. So a lot of good teams get the opportunity to come on out. So, folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a break. We'll be back with more right after this. All righty, folks, here. Welcome back again to the Raiders Live pregame edition here on the WHS Network, presented by Muncie Dragway. I'd like to recognize them here this evening. Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Dawn Daniels. Muncie Dragway is located along State Road 67 west of Albany, Indiana. For more information and upcoming events, please visit their website at www.munciedragway.com. and contact them at 765-789-8470. Again, that is Muncie Dragway, family fun, an eighth mile at a time. So as we get back here to our pregame show here, again, we'll kind of keep this a little short and sweet. Obviously, I'm the PA announcer out here as well. So I'm doing double duty or triple duty, whatever you want to consider it as. I got all kinds of things going on out here. Nevertheless, we'll have to definitely shorten up our pregame here a little bit, especially during home games, which I'm sure all of you that have watched our broadcast before throughout the years, obviously it's going to happen because I'm trying to do all these different things at one time. But just want to say this, Wapahani again, they, you have a whole new look to a team this year, but still the same mindset is to go out there and play effective, play team-oriented volleyball. And, things aren't always going to be on the up and up, just like, things aren't always going to be, as bad as they may seem at times. You just got to kind of ride the waves a little bit throughout the year. And hopefully you are able to find a nice level of consistency as the season goes along, and hopefully it's a good consistency. But like I mentioned, in the first game against Delta on the road, I thought overall we played pretty well. Hopefully we can continue that here tonight. Have a great game tonight against Blue River, first conference game of the year. Not to overlook them, but you got to continue to come out here, play your A game, play the game the right way, and hopefully we'll be able to be successful here tonight. And obviously we're going to be looking hopefully for Estella Davis, Mallory Summers, Sarah Orm, the big-time heavy hitters here for Wapahani, along with, the likes of Emma Shuck. And even occasionally here we'll see some Olivia Smith in the front row. We've seen her over at Delta last week. Cameron Curry, so everybody really adds something to the table here. And we don't have a whole lot of height. So, our back row is going to, they're going to be maybe exposed a little bit more, but you have some veteran leadership back there with Haven Gates, along with the rest of her crew, that we're going to play good enough, and we're going to continue to learn and get better, and we're going to win a lot of ball games this year, and hopefully tonight will be one of them against the Blue River Lady Vikings. So, folks, this has been the Raiders Live pregame edition presented by Muncie Dragway. We'll step aside here for a break. We have about a minute or so to go until the rosters, and then we have tonight's national anthem. Then I will get back on the air to announce all the rosters for both teams, and then we'll get things going. We'll get this game started, and hopefully have a great broadcast, and hopefully all of you enjoy it right here on YouTube.com. So again, thanks again for joining us here, folks. We'll be back here with Lady Raider Volleyball coming up right here on the WHS Network. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to Lady Raider Volleyball on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, glad to have all you with us this evening. Brandon Morvillius alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll take a look here at tonight's rosters. First for the Blue River Lady Vikings, number 5, Emma Blackburn, number 10, Mallory Cross, number 2, Angelina Grassick, number 14, Abigail Irvin, number 15, Allie Madden, number 13, Rachel Snavely, number 11, Brooke Taylor, number 6, Abby Thornburg, number 3, Caitlin Turpin, and number 8, Alexis Whittinger. The Lady Vikings are coached by Angie Rodriguez. Roster here for your 2018 Wapahani Lady Raiders. Got number 4, Haven Gates, number 5, Emily Stewart, number 6, Estella Davis, number 7, Sarah Orm, number 8, Allison Stewart, number 9, Mallory Summers, number 11, Emma Schuck, number 12, Cameron Curry, number 13, Maddie Webb, number 15, Layla Lee, number 16, Olivia Smith, and number 17, Cadence Brewer. Again, the Lady Raiders are coached by Jared Richardson and assisted by Jenna Easton and Katina Nichols. So the Lady Vikings will get on the board first. Dug out, Summers with a setup to Smith, and that will be dug out by number 10, Cross. Davis pushes it back across. There's number 11, Taylor. Summers with a setup to Schuck and mishandled by the libero, number 2, Grassi, however it's pronounced, I apologize if that is incorrect. Nevertheless, here Emma Schuck back to serve. Dug out there, kept alive, and a couple of passing miscues spells trouble for the Lady Vikings on that point as the Raiders take a 2-1 advantage. Taylor with the setup, put across, will be number 13, Snavely. Davis on the attack, and that will be hit out of bounds to tie this one at 2. Gates back into the Raider lineup. Now subbing in for the Vikings will be number 14, Abigail Irvin. She will be back to serve with this game tied at 2. Dug out, set up here to Olivia Smith. As that one will unfortunately be hit into the net. And the Vikings retake the lead here 3-2. Gates, Summers, Davis. Mishandled by number 8, Whittinger. Pardon me, that was number 6 actually, Abby Thornburg. Not a kill in the book there for Estella Davis. And a rotation violation called on Wapahani. Okay, so now they're going to... Now they're saying that it was the down referee's mistake. So I guess we had the correct lineup after all. I don't know. All right, so still tied here at 3. Smith with the dig. Summers sets it to Orm on the attack and finds it along the sideline. Sneaks it in for a point, and now Wapahani retakes the lead 4-3. Dug out by Cross, and again, the passing has been the Achilles heel so far within these first few points of the ball game. The Vikings have struggled mightily. A beautiful serve there from Olivia Smith. Gates sets it up. Davis on the attack, and it's going to be in for a point. So the Raiders have now doubled up on the Vikings here in set number 1. Again, a real nice crowd here on hand overall for Wapahani. Pretty good crowd here on hand for the Vikings as well. And an in-the-net violation called on Blue River. So again, Olivia Smith still back there to serve for Wapahani. Again, both teams coming to tonight's ball game 1-0 on the year. Nice block there by Davis, sending it right back where it came from, as the Vikings again have trouble passing it. And luckily, Wapahani's been able to take advantage here so far. I mean, the little miscues that Blue River's had not only cost them some points here, but Wapahani is now feeding off of this, and it's just going to continue to get worse and worse until Blue River decides to get things going here. Nice hit there by Curry, getting that one over. Cross on the attack. Davis keeps it alive to Orm. Laying out there was Winninger. And a 9-3 lead. Timeout taken here by the Lady Vikings. We'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank our game break sponsor here this evening, University Avenue Dental. Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, look to solving your unrecognized dental needs with an invaluable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So greatly appreciate him for sponsorship here of the WHS Network. Again, as you see there on the score, Wapahani with a 9-3 lead here in set number one. After about 3 or 4 points to open this up, going back and forth, Wapahani has started to pick up the pace a little bit. So hopefully that trend continues here for the Raiders. So once again, out of the timeout, Olivia Smith back to serve. Dug out, there's Cross, and another one mishandled as Brooke Taylor trying to get there but unable to in time. Taylor with the setup. Cross will put it down and off the outstretched hands of Mallory Summers. As number 15, Allie Madden, will return to the Lady Vikings lineup, and serving will be number 13, Rachel Snavely. (10-4) lead for Wapahani. Davis with a dig, set up. Davis on the attack as Estella was bringing the hammer on that one, nailing that down to the floor. An 11-4 lead, as we will see Mallory Summers back in here for Wapahani. We'll see Allison Stewart back to serve. Madden on the attack, hits that one out of bounds. So unfortunately for the Vikings, the woes continue. They got to use it to your advantage here if you're Wapahani. She'll serve that one out of bounds, making it a 12-5 ball game. And number 11, Brooke Taylor, back to serve. And as I mentioned earlier, Wapahani will be back at it in just a few short days from now, Thursday night, as they will be traveling to Westdale to take on the Lady Warriors. That will be a junior varsity start time of 6 o'clock. Varsity game to follow. So we'll have that one right here on YouTube. Not sure if we'll be live or not yet. We'll find that out more once we get there. And that's going to be 4 hits on the Raiders. So 3 points in a row here. We've kind of eased up off the gas and had a couple little mental errors. And served out of bounds A little bit of a momentum killer there for Blue River. Emma Shuck back into the Lady Raider lineup. And Haven Gates now back to serve. And into the net, so a little bit of a free giveaway here. Both teams back and forth. The serving errors back-to-back times. Mallory Cross back to serve for the Vikings. Smith digs it. Stewart will set it up. Orm will put it down with some authority. As the Raiders again with a 6-point lead midway through this first set. Gates, Stewart, now to Smith, tips it over the net. There's number 11, Taylor. Cross on the attack, Orm with the dig, set up this time again to Olivia Smith, as that will be out of bounds. Back in comes Rachel Snavely for Blue River. Angelina Grassi to serve. There's Orm digging it. Stewart over to Summers. Well, free volley here. Got to use this to your advantage. Nice hit there by Olivia Smith. Whittinger. We'll just say Whittinger. If I'm incorrect, I apologize for that. So 2 hits called on the Vikings. Stella Davis back in here for Allison Stewart. We'll see number 9, Mallory Summers, back to serve. Cross on the attack. Summers with the dig. Gates will set it up nicely for Shuck. And again, out of bounds. So some of our hitting errors are starting to come back to bite us here in set number 1. It was a little bit more in the driver's seat, and since then, I think at one point we had a 12-4 lead. We've eased off the gas just a little bit. Nice little soft touch here by Shuck. Cross, now Orm with the dig. Summers with a setup to Davis. Trying to find that back corner. Gates with the layout. Nicely done. And hit right into the net. Whittinger tried to tip it back over, but unable to do so. Wapahani now leads by 6 and skipped over the top of the net. Serving ace there for Emma Shuck, a 17-10 lead, and another timeout taken here by Blue River. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a break of our own. Raiders lead at 7 here in set number 1. Welcome back after the timeout. Wapahani again with a 17-10 lead, pardon me, here in set number 1. Smith on the attack, and that will land out of bounds. Make it 17-11. Gates back into the Raider lineup. And in for the Vikings will be number 14, Abigail Irvin. Gates with the dig. Summers sets it. Davis puts it across, and nicely done there on the dig by Thornburg. Gates, Summers, now Curry. Nice hit there, but nice job of digging it by number 14, Irvin, as the Raiders will come up with a point there after a couple of unfortunate passes for themselves. So a serving error gives a point right back there to the Vikings. In comes Emma Blackburn, and she will be back to serve. Down by 6 in set number 1 of the evening. Davis with a dig. Summers sets it. Orm puts it down, and in the net, called on Wapahani. Served into the net there, Blackburn, so a point given right back to us. Back in comes Allison Stewart for Wapahani, and she'll be back to serve. Also now in for Blue River will be number 13, Rachel Snavely. And then the libero will come back in there for her. Man, a missile of a serve by Allison Stewart. And literally looked like that ball might have been shot out of a cannon. Nicely done there for an ace. Would like to have some more of those. Set to Madden, dug by Smith. Now over to Orm. Mishandled, kept up in the air, and nicely done to get it back across. And all right, well, look like we got away with 4 hits on that one, but we'll take it. Smith, Stewart, Summers, let her fly. 21-13. That was, again, I guess a favor done to us, because I think we might have got away with one there, but nevertheless, a now 21-14 lead after the serving error. We'll see number 11, Brooke Taylor, back to serve. Gates with a dig. Stewart sets it to Curry. Dug out by Irvin, setting out across. And unfortunate communication by Smith and Gates. That's going to be a hard one anyway to dig, but well done there by Mallory Cross there of the Vikings. So Blue River's sticking right there in the game, but Summers put everything behind that one. Nice set there from Stewart to be able to allow Summers to put that one down in play. Smith digs it. Stewart again with a set up. Summers back on the attack. Here's Madden again, and she'll sneak another one in just in front of the hands of Haven Gates. And instead, they're going to say in the net violation called on Blue River. Shank to the right, but saved by Thornburg. Here's Smith. Stewart back to Orm, and hit into the net. So the Vikings, again, still staying within striking distance here. Down by 7, number 8, Whittinger back in here. Cross to serve and well out of bounds. A little too much mustard on that one. So this will be set point here for Sarah Orm and your Wapahani Lady Raiders. Shane to the left and ace, and the Raiders take set number 1 of the evening, 25-16. So a good way to get things going here tonight. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a break. Again, this will be the University Avenue Dental game break as we head to set number 2. Wapahani leads it 1-0. All right, welcome back here, folks. Brandon Morvillius again alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, glad to have you with us here this evening, folks. This is our first live broadcast of the year. Last week when we was at Delta, unfortunately we could not be live, but good to be back on here and good to have all you with us here this evening. Hope all of you are enjoying the broadcast, and like I said, it's on YouTube this year. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our page. Everything's free, so you don't have, there's nothing to pay for, nothing like that. But make sure to subscribe to our channel, WHS Network, and you'll get notifications before each and every broadcast, live broadcast. And not only that, but then you'll receive a notification if we have a broadcast that has been uploaded for you guys to watch as well. So really a neat little thing here for us now to be able to bring these games to you on YouTube. I think it's a lot more fan accessible, and we hope that you all are able to enjoy it and get as much out of it as you possibly can. But nevertheless, here, first set action there, Wapahani took it 25-16. A good way to get things going, and hopefully now we can build off of that and have an even better second set. We would like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So the referees making sure that the rotations are all correct as far as lineups and everything goes. To begin the second set, Wapahani will start off with the serve here in set number 2. And that will be none other than number 4, Haven Gates here for your Wapahani Raiders. Dug out by Taylor, set up. Here's Whittinger on the attack. Gates now to Stewart. Summers on the attack. And they cannot find an answer right now for Mallory Summers. So a 1-0 start here for set number 2. Dug out by Taylor. Now Cross back on the attack and mishandled. To tie it up at 1. Abby Thornburg back to serve for the Vikings. Gates with Diggett, Stewart, Davis, all the way up in the rafters. Bounced around a couple times. Nice focus right there by the Vikings. Stewart again now to Davis, and couldn't get there on time on that one, so you bound to happen one way or the other. Davis was going to find a piece of that wooden floor, and she was able to do so right there, hammering home another kill, now a 2-1 lead. Snavely right there. Gates, Summers. A missed time jump there by Davis, but still got it across. That's all that matters. Oh, boy. That was nearly 2 hits there. Snavely back on the attack. Summers will dig it out. Gates with a setup to Orm. Taylor back over to Whittinger and stopped by Estella Davis. A good old-fashioned stuffing. Thanksgiving has came early for the Raiders. And a definite big-time 2-hit call there on the Vikings. And, you know, it's always these little things, you know, you see throughout a ball game. Doesn't matter what sport it is. You know, if you're able to do the little things correctly, the mechanical things correctly, you'll be best surprised in how far you'll get and really how successful you'll be able to be. And granted, you know, you're going to have some mental lapses sometimes and you know, little issues here or there, but you hope to minimize those as much as possible. So number 14, Abigail Irvin back to serve. Gates will dig it out. Summers with a setup to Davis. And again, Davis notches another kill in the stat book. That's a 5-2 lead for Wapahani. Alexis Whittinger back in here. Whittinger. Set to Mallory Cross. Nice job by Olivia Smith to keep that alive. Cross again back on the attack. Smith digs at Summers with a setup to Stewart, and that's in there. I was going to say, nobody really signaled for a point there for a moment. So I don't know if some people was daydreaming or what was going on. But finally got the call right. 6-2 Raiders lead here in set number 2 of the night. Blocked right back down by Davis. And I don't know if Orm looked like Orm might have got a hand in on that, but in fact might have jammed her finger a little bit there. She was holding her hand a little bit more. Set to Davis again, blocked. Oh, alrighty. So they're going to say it was 4 hits. So not quite sure. I thought that was blocked, but maybe it was 4 hits. I have no idea. I'm not the referee, so we'll go with it. Summers will set it up, and 2 hits now called on the Raiders. So now the lead down to 3. Snavely to serve. Gates digs it. Summers sets it. Davis puts it down. Nice dig by Grassi. Soft touch over the net by Mallory Cross. Set back up. Cross on the attack. She's had a pretty good game here for herself, keeping these Vikings in the ball game. As it is now 7-5. Orm on the attack, blocked by Cross. So they've definitely got some blocks in on us, especially here in the second set. And now a rotation violation on the Vikings. And this one looks like this one's going to be upheld after further review. The referees have gone under the hood. And the call on the court stands. So an 8-6 lead now for Wapahani. That's a little bit of somewhat of a momentum killer there for the Vikings as they notch another kill there for Mallory Cross. But they had it rolling there. Yeah, Brooke Taylor to serve. Down by 1. Give the Raiders with a 1-0 lead. Smith with the dig and into the net. Not much you could do after that one, as this game is now tied at 8. So again here, Wapahani had a little bit of a lead there. I think it was right around, 6-2, then 7-3. And looks like instead of pushing the throttle, they have pumped the brakes, as the Vikings have now taken a 9-8 lead. Just got to slow the game down here a little bit, regather yourself, and get things back going. Stewart digs it. Summers to Orm. Set to cross once again. Gates lays out for it. Back over to Stewart on the attack. Nice hands by Olivia Smith. Now to Orm. And she hits that one right into the net, and now it's a 10-8 lead for Blue River. All right, so it was out of bounds at first. At first, the line judge was like, well, it might have been in. No, I think it was out. So the call was out of bounds. Serving error for the Vikings. Oh boy, a near miscommunication there could have cost them big time. Sommers will get it back across. Stewart sets up to Orm. Snavely gets it up there with a dig, and Blue River will get it back over. Nicely done. Got to give them some credit there. Sommers, though, nicely done, and right back to her with the kill. And we're all tied up at 10. Some excitement here at Raider Gymnasium tonight. Home opener of the 2018 year. So Mallory Cross to serve. Gates with the dig. Stewart sets it up. Orm will get it across there as see Cross back on the attack. Emma Shuck that time. Good volleyball here by these ladies. Nice job of keeping it alive there. Taylor with a setup to Cross and nearly palmed that ball and threw it right into the net. Talk about a slam dunk. So now tied at 11. Set up to Whittinger, and that one will again be hit into the net as the Raiders retake a 12-11 lead. Got to start getting some momentum back on our side. Things haven't been going quite as good here in the second set, but that can all change. Madden will sneak it in there. Went off of the blocker's hand. Down in play. And we're tied at 12 with libero number 2, Angelina Grassi, to serve. Olivia Smith with a dig. Allison Stewart sets it to Mallory Summers. You know, and in these situations right here, you know, when the game's tight, you know, obviously you're going to try to find that big-time hitter, see if you can get some momentum, you know, going back on your side once again, and just continue to build from there. Davis somehow got it over, but unfortunately out of bounds. You know, but you look for that leadership from these girls, you know, each and every single one of them, and see what they can bring to the table. Just got to grind it out here. Obviously haven't played our very best here in set number 2, but hey, we're still tied. This is a very winnable set right here. And 2 hits called again. So you know, it's just little mistakes like that. You know, you just gotta clean it up. It's nothing, you know, overly major. It can be if it costs you some points, and now a rotation violation called on Wapahani. We'll see if this one is upheld. Of course, you know, you really don't see this too often throughout the season. I guess you'll see it more in the beginning of the year. You know, you're getting into the season sometimes, you know, things happen, you get out of rotation. But like I said, you really don't see this too often. But when you do, it's usually in the earlier part of the year. So the ruling was upheld there. And Davis with just what the doctor ordered right there. And so now we have a meeting between the referees here. Not quite sure of. Okay, so on the scoreboard right now it says that it is 14-13. On our scoreboard, it's 15-14. So I don't know what in the world's going on here. Because I know I haven't missed anything, and you know, and like I said, in fact, I've given 1 point extra to each team. So that means I would have messed up 2 points. I doubt that has happened. Now they have it tied at 14. So we're still waiting to see what exactly, because it was originally 15-13 after the rotation violation called on Wapahani. Unless if they, I'm not sure what,
After the rotation violation, they do that?
Well, the thing is, I know like what just Redbeard just said. Redbeard, we'll put your mic on. What was you saying right there?
I think he was calling a jump ball for the rotation violation on us. Oh,
and see,
I think
the thing is with that is the aspect of, because I think didn't we have the point originally?
Yeah, I don't know whose serve it was though. Were we serving on our? No, it would have been their serve.
I can't even remember now, to be quite honest with you. But still, nevertheless, it is now. Okay, I guess it's now.
We're still tied. Yeah.
15 all.
15. I still don't know what the call was though.
Yeah, because they never signaled anything of jump ball. If that's the case, that referee just might be coming after us. That'd be the second time in as many times.
That was the second rotation violation he called on us.
And so I'm not. I'm still not even sure if the score's right. That's what it says on the scoreboard now. We'll just go with it. But Redbeard, thank you for chiming in. It's very, very few times we get to hear you throughout the year, but there you go, folks. A little voice cameo there by Jordan Redbeard McCoy. It's now a 17-15 lead for Wapahani. Again, we're still not exactly sure what the call was and why everything was so messed up, but again, we're just gonna go with it here. Now a 17-16 ball game. We'll see number 15, Allie Madden, back in for the Vikings. And serving will be number 13, Rachel Snavely. Skimmed over the top of the net there. Nicely done by Smith to dig that one out, and Davis will hit that one out of bounds. So still a very tight game here. Anybody can grab a hold of this one. So we're tied at 17 here in set number 2. Again, Wapahani with a 1-0 lead as they took the first set 25-16. Orm with some thunderous pounce behind that one. But unfortunately, a in the net violation called on Wapahani. Mishandled by Gates, but nicely done there by Allison Stewart to keep it alive. Boy, oh boy, near miscommunication for Blue River. Davis on the attack. And a very big point for the Raiders. Let's get it going. Davis back to serve. Dug out there. Taylor with a setup to cross. Tell you what, we've had roughly about 3 or 4 in the net violations in this set.
I don't even know what number he's calling. It's in the net. There is no 2-5-52. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And there's Madden on the attack. Smith with a dig. Summers sets it up to Stewart. And dug out by number 6, Abby Thornburg. Cross on the attack, but hits that one into the net. We've got to stretch a run here, right here, with hopefully building any kind of momentum possible there, as that's in the net called on the Vikings. A timeout taken. We'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. But any kind of momentum that we can build right here, you know, you're up by 1. You still got 5 more points to and able to win it, and that's if you're able to get it by 2. But a very close second set right here, back and forth. You know, mistakes on both sides. But still, you know, we've had some good volleyball, but just quite a few miscues on both sides has really allowed this game to be as what it is right now. We would like to thank some of our sponsors again here this evening. Again, we have Liberty Prairie Alumni Association President Richard Morris. Liberty Prairie Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyprairiealumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, to purchase engraved bricks, the Alumni Brick Walkway at Wapahani, you can simply fill out a form, which is on the homepage of the alumni website. Also, for any other information, you can contact Richard Morris on Facebook. I know that the alumni reunion will be happening this coming Saturday. So, folks, those of you that are out here that graduated from Wapahani or Center or Selma High School, make sure to come on out. It's going to be held at Harris Chapel Church. I think it starts at 4:30. I think it's 4:30 to 7:30. But make sure, come on out to the Harris Chapel Church. That's where the Alumni Association reunion will be. It's really a real nice time there. Well set up by Richard Morris and much more, many more people that puts in a lot of hard work to put this on and to build that into such a successful thing. So hit out of bounds there by Mallory Summers. Are actually rather set out of bounds. Make it 21-20. Gates will dig it. Stewart with a setup. Summers will tip across, but right back to her was Madden. Summers again off of Snavely. So Wapahani here with a 2-point lead. 3 more points to go. Miscued there by Snavely. Cross will get it over. There's Orm to Stewart. Summers again. Yes! And now it's 23-20. And looks like, we're going to have another timeout taken here by the Vikings. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. 23-20. This is our University Avenue Dental game break. Some more sponsors here we'd like to thank this evening. FC Tucker, Muncie Real Estate Agents, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investment properties. We get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. So greatly appreciate Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, FC Tucker, Muncie Real Estate. So again, out of the timeout here, Wapahani again will be back to serve with Sarah Orm. Just 2 more points to go. You're up 23-20. Let's finish the second set off right. Whittinger on the attack. Here's Stewart, sets it to Smith. Now Madden will get it across and off the hands of Mallory Summers. Gates digs it. There's Stewart. Now to Summers again. Big time point as heck she knocks even the student section down with that hit. So the Raiders are now at set point, 24-21. And an ace to end it. A way to end the second set right there. Haven Gates gets the Raiders a 2-0 lead here, 25-16, 25-21. Folks, we'll go ahead and step aside for a break again. This is Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll be back here with more Lady Raiders volleyball right after this break. now that I've cut myself. Oh, jeez. All right, welcome back again here, folks, to the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, Wapahani here with a 2-0 lead here, 25-16, 25-21. That second set obviously was a lot closer. And give credit where credit's due. I think Blue Rivers came out here. They've done the necessary things to be able to stay in the ball game, but still made a lot of miscues. Wapahani, in that same area as well. They had some miscues throughout that second set there that cost them. Probably could have won that. Probably with about the same score as what the second set was, but the Vikings just kept getting after it, and that's what I know that Angie Rodriguez, head coach, and even her assistant coach there, John Rodriguez, that's what you want to see out of your team. You want to see that fight, that grit, and so that really kept them in the ball game. Wapahani was not able to execute when they had the opportunity to, and luckily they was able to take the second set, but hopefully you minimize those errors and get after it here in this third set and just put them away. You can't really let them have any kind of momentum or any kind of inkling that, hey, we can come back and win this thing. You cannot allow them to do that. Again, we'd like to thank another one of our sponsors here this evening, the Barn Lot, located just off of the bypass on State Road 67. Address on that's 2410 East County Road 300 South. Scott Quirk is the man to supply all of your outside needs. Barns, sheds, garages, carports, gazebos, and play sets for the kids and more. For more information, make sure to call Scott at 765-744-7396. Also, make sure to visit his online website at thebarnlotsheds.com. Well done right there by Whittinger. So gets the Vikings on the board here to begin this third set. Again, as I mentioned already a couple other times throughout the ball game, Wapahani will be back at it on Thursday, as that's going to be 4 hits called on Blue River. But as I was saying there, Wapahani will be back at it Thursday night at Westdale. That'll be a JV start time, 6 o'clock varsity game to follow. Make sure, make the trip out there to Westdale, about a 30-minute drive or so. Not too far. And come on out, support your Lady Raider volleyball team. And then also on Saturday, we will be having the Wapahani Invitational. That's a very busy day out here at Raider Gymnasium. I think it starts either 9 or 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm not 100% sure on the time of that, but it's one of those two times. Now, of course, it'll be probably 9:30. But nevertheless, just be out here by 9 at the earliest there, and make sure to come out, support them. They have some good teams here that come to this invitational from all over. So it should be some real good competition. Hope you can come on out, support the team, and hopefully root them to 2 or 3 victories coming up there on Saturday morning and afternoon. And then they'll be back at it also Monday. I think that they're back here against, I think against Yorktown. I'm not, I guess, 100% sure about that, but man, in the net violation called on Wapahani, I'm assuming, yes. So, yeah, actually that would be Tuesday night, excuse me. Next Tuesday night, we will be hosting Yorktown here at Raider Gymnasium. So that's obviously a big time game, as that one will be served into the net to make it a 5-3 ball game. Allison Stewart back in for the Raiders. Alexis Whittinger back in for the Vikings. So great competition coming up throughout the rest of this week and into next week as well. Dug out by Stewart, set Gates over to Orm, and sneaks it in near the baseline to make it 5-4. And the hopes that we can start rattling off some points here left and right. Set to Madden. There's Gates again. Stewart with the set up to Orm. Nice hit there. Madden again on the attack. Orm, Stewart, Summers. Way to lay out for that one. Keeps it alive, and Madden sneaks it over. Summers again. Bringing the force. May the force be with you, folks. Stuffed by Summers. So the Raiders will now take the lead 6-5. Another fine serve there by Allison Stewart. Great job of, sometimes it's always trying to fake out your opponent. The ball gets so close to that net, and obviously Blue River, they didn't know, hey, is it going to be close enough to where they could block it right back down at me? Or is it going to drop in front? Well, unfortunately for them, it dropped right in front of them. And that was a good old-fashioned swing and a miss by Whittinger. And the Raiders have now got it rolling. Just keep the foot on the gas and ride this all the way home. Madden again on the attack. Smith with a dig. Set to Orm. Bounced on the net a couple times, but hey, she got it over. It's all that matters. Curry. Summers again with the kill. A little surprised here that Blue River hasn't taken a timeout. As we'll see number 14, Abigail Irvin, back in here. I think we've went on now a 7-0 run. 7 or 8-0 run. And now they'll take a timeout. 10-5 lead here for the Raiders. Set number 3. We'll stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership, owned by Randy Stoops. Are located at 4055 West Clara Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, like to know more information about one, you can contact Stoops at 765-288-1903. And also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. So again, a special thanks there to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. Gates laying out for that one. Stewart with a setup to Orm, and that hits the old antenna to make it 10-6. And we will see who'll be back. It's going to be number 11, Brooke Taylor, back to serve for the Vikings. Gates, Stewart, Orm, well placed. Orm with excellent court vision right there. Just nice little soft touch over the net. Finding some open land over there on the right or the left side. Blocked right back down again by Summers. Tell you what, she's had her own little block party here this evening, at least in this third set. Nice little tip up on the net there. Orm back on the attack, dug out by Irvin. There's Cross. Taylor will get it over. Here's a little free volley. Nice job of laying out for that one by Gates, as that one nearly fell in. Stewart kept alive, and it's going to be 2 hits on Orm. Nice try. Nice try. Cross back there to serve. Orm with a dig. Stewart sets it up, and Summers will punch it over. There's Gates, Stewart, Summers. Whittinger on the attack. Mishandled Summers. I don't know if she just wasn't paying attention or what exactly happened right there. Gates, Stewart to Summers, dug out by Cross. Taylor with a setup to Madden. Back to Orm, and in there. A big point for the Raiders. A little bit of a string of points put together by Blue River, so a good job by Wapahani to stop that. Set again to Summers, soft touch over the net. Back now to Cross in the back row. Stewart with a dig. Summers will set it to Olivia Smith and into the net. Okay, so now Blue River having a little discussion there of their own. Not sure who was supposed to be in, who was supposed to come out, but looks like they might have got it. And so now a yellow card has been given to someone on the Vikings. I don't know if it was for the coach, for one of the players. I'm not real sure. What we might have to do is, the IHSAA might have to start having these referees just wear microphones. Like, you know, how like you see in the NFL games and all that stuff, Because we still don't even, there's a lot of times where we don't even know what's called. And yes, we are we're decently close to the court here. As Estella Davis hammers another one down. But we don't always know what the call is or what's being discussed or nothing like that. Nevertheless, another timeout taken by Blue River. 15-10. Wapahani leads it here in set number 3. We'll step aside here for a break. We'll be back right after this. All righty, welcome back, folks. Out of the timeout again. A 15-10 lead here for Wapahani. In set number 3, again, a 2-set-to-none lead. Raiders took first 2 sets, 25-16, 25-21. They've definitely played much better here in this third set. They've executed nicely, especially on mistakes of the Vikings. Whereas in set number 2, we weren't really able to do that very often. We was making our own mistakes on top of their mistakes. But luckily we was able to sneak out there with a second set victory. Set up to Smith. Hey, all righty. Olivia Smith with a kill. And here we are with a 7-point lead. Jump serve with some big-time downward action by Mallory Summers. Set to Davis, and Blue River is not going to be able to get anything on that one. Very good serve right there. Very good serve. Summers again back to serve here. 19-10 lead. Man. Another ace and a good old-fashioned you can't see me. Cross gets it over. Gates with a dig. Set to Davis. And hit well out of bounds. And for the Vikings, unfortunately for those ladies, the wheels have completely fell off. And another ace. Mallory Summers. You've got to be kidding me. She is absolutely ate up this Vikings defense here during this service.
We're in church. We're going to take you to church.
So 23-10, 2 more points to go until we take the old ball game. Dug out there. Stella Davis puts it right back down, and here we are, folks. Game point, 24-10. And here we go. The only bad serve she had, and that was on game point. That's how it usually happens, unfortunately. But still well done. Nice job here by the Raiders to string a nice amount of points together. Here we are, and set over the net. So we'll just chalk that one up for just an ugly point right there, given up by Wapahani. Summers with a set to Davis, handled by Cross. There's Whittinger. Taylor will get it over. Tipped over by Summers. Just a little soft touch. Easy does it. And the Raiders will take this one in straight sets here tonight, folks. 25-16, 25-21, 25-12 to now improve to 2-0 on the season. Raider Nation, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a break. We'll be back here with our Raiders Live post-game edition presented by Jones Auto Body right after the break. Alrighty, welcome back here, folks, to Raiders Live, the post-game edition presented by Jones Auto Body. We greatly appreciate you having us here this evening on your computers or on your TVs, whatever you're watching this game on. I know a lot of people, they have ways to get the internet on TVs and everything else, but we sure are happy that you invited us into your homes or businesses, wherever you're watching us from. We appreciate you. But again, here this evening, your Wapahani Lady Raiders take care of business this evening with a score of 25-16, 25-21, 25-12 to now improve to 2-0 on the season. And really looking forward to some things. And we came into tonight's ball game. Obviously had a good win last week, against Delta. Come into tonight, home opener. Blue River's gotten off to a good start to the season of 1-0. Big time conference game, and we came out here. We played good. Second set, we had some hiccups. There's no question about that. But overall, I thought we still played good. There's obviously always going to be things you got to work on. I know that and I understand that, but. You're always out here to look for good things. You're not out here to look for bad things or ways to, say, hey, we're bad at this, we're bad at this. You want to look for the good things, but then work on the bad things that that might prove to be very vital as the season goes along. I really thought our serving was a lot better tonight. We did have some errors at times, but for the most part, I thought we did a good job. We had great service pressure on the Vikings, and we did have some hitting errors as well. So not only a few serving errors, but we had some hitting errors. But again, that's a part of the game. You got to adjust. You got to find ways to be better. But we still managed to find a way to get the job done, and that's all that matters. You now move on from this. You go into Westdale Thursday night, and hopefully get you another win. It's another very big conference game, and you got to be able to come out there from the very get-go. Hit the ground running, positivity, confidence in yourself and your teammates, and get the job done. But there's no question that now you got off to a 2-0 start. Use this as momentum for the next game, and then you use that as momentum for the next game. But it's all a learning process, and it's just it's a good way to start the season here, though. That's the main thing. You start the season off right. You continue to build off what you've had, and we've seen some good things here from all these ladies. It's just not one or two or a couple, whatever it might be. It's everybody. Everybody's chipping in, and even the ones that might not have gotten to play or might not get much playing time, they're still contributing. Being on the team and being that voice and cheering up your teammate or even cheering them on when things are going good, cheering them up when things aren't going good. So everybody's important, and everybody has a role on the team, and you've got to execute that role in order for the whole team as a whole to be successful. So overall, I really liked what I've seen here tonight, and like I said, we did have some mistakes, but that's a part of it. You just learn from it and get better, and but we really did a lot of good things as well here tonight. And so hopefully we just keep getting better from this, get back into practice tomorrow, have another great practice, and then come out ready to get things started on Thursday night at Westdale. And like I said, then Saturday we have the Wapahani Invitational, and then Tuesday, next Tuesday, we'll be right back here at home again for a big-time volleyball showdown with the Yorktown Lady Tigers. So a very busy week ahead. Make sure stay tuned in. Again, Thursday night we will be at Westdale. Not sure if we'll be live or not. We haven't found out that information. We'll know more once we get there Thursday evening. But obviously it was great to be live here tonight and be able to broadcast this game to all of you fine folks out there in Raider Nation. It's been such a long time since we have even had a live broadcast. Those are always better to do than recording the games and have to put it on there later on. But we sure do appreciate you all, though. I know me and Redbeard talk about that all the time. You guys are very important to us, and we want to make sure that we're doing you guys a good job, doing these student athletes a good job, the coaches, the school, the community, everything. Everybody's important to us, so we sure hope that you enjoyed the ball game here tonight. Again, another round here for our sponsors. I'd like to thank again Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental Greg Pyle DDS, as well as the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, the Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Real Estate Agents, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, as well as the Barn Lot and Tom Cherry Mufflers, as well as another huge thanks to our good friends at Harris Chapel Church and Pastor Jim Ballinger for being our sponsor this year. Greatly appreciate you guys and appreciate everybody. But again, Wapahani here tonight gets the job done with a straight set victory over the Blue River Lady Vikings, 25-16, 25-21, 25-12 to now improve to 2-0 on the year. Again, we'll see you Thursday night from Westdale. JV start time, 6 o'clock varsity game to follow. So this has been our Raiders Live post-game edition presented by Jones Auto Body. Folks, Brandon Warvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thanking all of you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time right here on the WHS Network.